Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our next segment of Imperium's Greek Wars. And we'll just resume here. Same old, you know? For this forever game, I almost want to call it. The game that lasts for an eternity. Yeah, let's just, should we bother boosting everybody? No, this general's starting to get low morale. Maybe we should actually send him home. I feel like we just got him here, too. Like, not too many turns ago. What, like maybe 5 turns ago, we landed him on, the peninsula of Mysia, and now he's already ready to go back to the capital. He's, of course, actually, he's a bit of a foreign general. He's an Arcadian. See that right there, the flag down there? He's an Arcadian general. That's why. Usually, the foreign generals tend to be a little bit, they need a little more work to keep their loyalty up. All right, I'm going to set sail, and I'm actually just going to bring him back to the capital. Okay. This boat can just stay here. Put him on sleep mode. Actually, can I, It's worth doing an upgrade. Maybe a stalwart, perhaps. Is that worth it right now? Medic is kind of cool too. Maybe not for now. If things get a little bit more heated in the water, so I might consider an upgrade on, some of my boats. But I'll put them on sleep mode for now. Okay. Eudox's army. Yeah, I'm thinking I would like a little more. Do I have defense on him yet? No. Do I need anything here? Is anything worth it? Scout might be interesting, perhaps, on this guy. I can see into the water, into the coast a little bit more. Medic, maybe not. Forced march, no, we don't need that on this peninsula. Is it worth scout right now? Because I may want to put a patrol tower here too, right? Like, I think a patrol tower would be good. And usually, like, you can upgrade it to scout as well and get some good range on it. Sight C range. Yeah, I think I'll save my money, and I'll just fortify on Oinoi. And it might be worth actually building something in this settlement, because look, it's having quite a loyalty problem here. Let's try to boost that loyalty up. I would like to build a stockade there, actually, but that helps increase morale. But right now, it's loyalty that is, scary. Like, this city could easily be swayed by the Persians and flip over just like that. If the Persians decide to bribe Oinoi, they'd probably get it in one turn, right? That's why I also didn't garrison my army unit, because I don't want to lose the army unit with the city if it's influenced and it, turns code on me. That's why I did a fortification on top of the city, because you won't lose a unit, if you're fortified on top. If you're in, if your in is garrisoned, you will lose that unit. It will flip to the other side, to the enemy. But resistance is okay. It'll help to increase loyalty. So, and it retardates against the earthquakes. It'll dumb it down. And I haven't really. Have we even encountered an earthquake yet in this game? My whole playthrough? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. And I wish that there were more earthquakes in the world. It was really tuned down. I know that the game developer made he did a patch on this game, and one of the things he decided to do was curb down the earthquakes and the spread of disease. But I think it was done too much, like way too much, because prior to that, earthquakes were happening too often. It was like, whoa, it was like quite often, and sickness and disease, plagues. It was happening a lot in the game. And I'm talking about a good 2 years ago. That's when this patch was sort of adjusted, right? This was quite a good while ago, but I remember, like, it was devastating. It was really hard to play because earthquakes were happening all the time, and everything just gets smashed up, and disease was running rampant. And I think I was one of the main players who kind of made a bit of a complaint about that on the Steam forums. You know, can we please tune it down a little bit? It's just it's a bit much, and it's really hard to keep up on resources and building and all the devastation. But I didn't think the developers would tune it down like a lot. Like wow, it was really really tuned down. So much so where I've been playing this game here forever, and I don't think I've actually encountered one earthquake yet. Like I don't even think I've seen an earthquake happening to someone else, some other faction in the game. I just haven't seen one at all. So that kind of, I'd like to see a little bit more, right? Some challenge there at least, and also disease and plague. I don't think I've seen any disease and plague yet in this game at all anywhere, right? Have you guys? I don't think so. It's almost as if it was completely gutted out of the game. So do we really need resistance, or the plague schools like or the hospitals? Do we really need those in the game? Do we need to build them? Because, these things don't seem to happen anyway, right? So it's kind of strange. At least we get a loyalty increase. We get a little spike in loyalty when we build these buildings, like resistant building. But yeah, I think I'm going to make a comment, actually, if I can remember, later today after I'm done this recording here. I might try to hop on the Steam forums and, kind of ask politely and petition the developer, can we please increase the earthquakes and the plagues in this game a little bit more? Like, it'd be nice to at least see one or two, like a couple plagues or a couple earthquakes, once every, say, even 20 turns or every 50 turns in the game. Like that would be kind of cool. Like that would be not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and build that. I'll just camp out, campos. Get it? Camp out and campos. Okay, that's cool. Yep, that's fine. I will build a farm there. Okay, so we've got just 2 settlements now that need to be taken over on this whole peninsula island. We pretty much own and operate the entire thing now. Well, you know what? Like, I might as well take the hoplet over to Hernia and take that one out because it has no walls, right? So I might as well just kind of go for that one right now. Do I have a general around here anywhere? No, I don't. That's fine. This hoplet's pretty strong. He's also a sieger, right? Let's see. Oh no, that's security. Does he have siege abilities at all? Yes. See, he's always a city raider. That's kind of like your tier 1 or class 1 settlement siege ability. The city raider is kind of like a good one, but then they have the actual siege ability too, and I don't think he has that. No, he doesn't have that one. That's okay though. At least we got the tier 1 version. And if we're lucky, we will completely take over this population for a settlement. We may not, because it is a pop 4, so, the more population, the harder it is to take over, but he's very strong, so he does have City Raider. I may be able to take it over in one foul swoop, because it has no walls. I don't even think it has defense. A defensive measure. Let's see. Yeah, good. I had a kind of a feeling I would take it over, but I don't think it has the defense skill, and it certainly doesn't have any walls or palisades or anything at all like that. Look at what we got. Wow. Got some wood there. We got education points. We got slaves, coal, a little bit of gold. Not the main resources, not so much of that, but that's cool. Oh, it did, guys. It did. It did have defense. I can see it right here. Wow, that was a built-up city. Look at all the stuff they got. That's really cool. Thrift, an amphitheater. Wow. Yeah, that was actually a built-up city. That's cool. It's got the trading sewers. Again, we don't really need sewers in this game, it seems, because plague just never seems to happen. That's unfortunate. Yeah, but it did have defense, so that's cool. Still took it over anyway. Oh, it's under flame. I created a lot of damage on that one, so that's going to burn right out, and all the population is going to start leaving in mass droves unless we do something about it. So I'm going to go ahead and repair it, because this city is worth keeping, because it is a built-up city, so it is worth keeping. 17, 18 gold, okay, about 18 stone, and yeah, a little bit of wood. That's fine. So right away, I lost one population from battling that city. You know, a whole population died, I guess, innocent civilians. And we're gonna preserve 3 pop though, especially in emergency repairing the settlement. It's now in ruins mode, but that'll repair over time as well. Okay, so Lato, what I'm considering to do to try to take over Lato a little bit easier, because it does have palisade walls, I believe. Is it palisade walls? I don't have enough intel to actually see what walls are in there, unfortunately. What kind of wall it is. There are different types of walls. But I could influence them a little bit to get the morale reduced. Right now they're standing at 72% morale. Because I could take it over a little bit easier. It basically helps to reduce their defense a little bit. At 14 gold and 114 influence. Like, I could do it maybe once. It might be worth it. Influence once. But the other question is, what kind of military soldiers do I have near Lato that can actually fight and take it over, right? I could also try to completely take Lato over peacefully, just by sheer influence. It would be a little bit costly, though. Yeah, I'd like him to heal a bit more, actually. And yeah, this Hoplite unit needs to heal too. I'll just do a self-heal for now on that one. Or I could do a quicker heal. What's that worth? Recovers in 1 turn. I'd be paying 3 gold and 2 copper for that, and some citizens. Is that worth it? Experience change reduces by 15% too, if I do the faster heal. General morale change, loyalty change. It's already got a morale. It's at 73% morale. So let's just see what the experience. See, I like the experience quite high. I'd really like to get to 100% on him. I don't think I'm going to do a fast heal, actually. I'm just going to do a standard, freebie self-heal. I'm not quite ready to take Lato over yet by force, anyway. I guess need to heal for probably a few more turns. Heal these units. Sure, before I get up there, though, I would... Arcades. I'd like to build something here. Let's go with a philosophy school to get the loyalty increasing a little bit more. And you know what? I should be focusing on schools a little bit more, too, because I'd like to get more influence points coming in every turn. I'm not getting very much coming in every turn. Let's see how much I am getting in. Let's see, I only have 400 total here, so... Last turn, I'm getting about 18 per turn in influence, which is not that great, to be honest, at this point in the game. Like, I'm a pretty large faction here, and I'm only bringing in 18 per turn. It's not very good. And that's because I really haven't been building very many philosophy schools or schools at all in my settlements. Like, not too many. So I've been mostly concentrating on industrial in commercial development, as well as military. Navy and Army. Again, loyalty. So let's do another philosophy school here. Oh, actually, he's taking attrition here. Because this settlement's still in ruins, so with this Hoplite unit... I did forget, I do have a Hoplite unit here, though. He's pretty strong. Like, he could almost battle Lato himself, right? Next turn, I'm going to bring him over here, and then... I'm thinking next turn, I will influence Lato once or twice, and then have this Hoplite unit attack. And then I'll also probably have this Hoplite unit up here attack, and I'll probably bring over this Peltis unit. Like, I'll just triangulate and come in on all sides and just attack those walls until I take Lato out, with a slightly reduced morale, which might be handy. That's the plan. Okay, philosophy school here. Let's build philosophy schools on all of these settlements down here. They're all having loyalty problems anyway. Cultural loyalty problems, no doubt. No. City walls. Am I running out of resources? Why won't it let me build... Huh? I'm not out of gold yet. What's going on here? Do I already have a school? No, I don't. Huh, strange. Hello? Why won't it let me... Not available. Oh, my pop size has to be 3. That's why. Okay, well, I guess I gotta wait on that one. I don't care for stockade on that either, so populations are a bit low. Philosophy school on this one. I mean, maybe I should just do it, right? Let's just do it. Build another philosophy school on there. Just to kind of get the education points rolling a bit better. Woo, look at that. Mausoleum of General Bion. Birth rate is still at 15%. It's not too bad. I'll just keep it there, I think. Oh, I do have a general here. Hmm. A little bit of a morale issue, but not too bad. You know what? I think I am going to bring him over to Lato, and he's going to influence the settlement. Maybe I can get there in time before I start sieging. Alright, that's where I am on the map there, guys. I'm just doing systematic stuff here, really just trying to quickly build some farms and this and that. You know, boring stuff. We got to get through the boring stuff, right? But I mean, hey, this is a relaxing game for us all, right? It's just, you know, we're just gonna tune out and relax. So, and then when the cool parts happen, you know, the battles and this and that, or more of the strategy talk, cool. But you know, this is just a part of the game. Just the systematic processing. Heal those guys. It's a population of 2. Let's see. I can zip down here and make a farm later. Chop down wood first. Ooh, this guy's bloody. We have a hero here who's not defended. He's just fortified. Oh yeah, we got a hoplite unit here. So I'm going to bring the hoplite unit up here. We have to defend against the Echeli tribes. Fair chance. Should I do an outright attack? Well, they also have like a stable right here too. Interesting. I don't think I'm gonna outright attack. Let's see what the attack stats are. Enemy terrain defense, that's why. The enemy has a 40% terrain defense there. It's a nomad, that's why. Nomad in his territory. I also have a terrain modifier advance of 30% though. So really that deduces down to a 10% advantage. The enemy has a 10% multiplier advantage in defending. It's on a hill. Gertus is on a hill, that's why. I'd like to try to see if that nomad will attack me actually, so I'm gonna hang tight and just defend here. I'm just gonna stand here for this turn. Oh yeah, ouch. This general has a morale problem. Yeah, we disembarked him and he was gonna sail back to the capital, I remember. That was from our last segment. That we did here. I'm gonna bring this guy back to Athens. Always exchanging these generals around the map, you know? They need to rest sometimes. Okay, this settler is now ready. So the settler's gonna board this boat. And then what I want to do next turn is dump the settler off here and just make a road from the blacksmith into my coal mine. Newly being built. Trireme. Is this mine over here in Danusa? Yes, it is. Danusa does have a port as well. I really want to start pumping out more navy vessels because, like, look at it. I have such huge populations on some of these, you know, small, tiny islands. I don't need that huge, right? I'm gonna sail this boat actually up to Andros because I want to start. Upgrading skills on it, and I don't want to. Like clog up a port while the skills are being, you know, produced after several turns. You know, because I want to keep pumping out navy ships, so I need to free up Monolithos for more navy building. So I got to get this guy off the port and onto another port that I'm not going to build new ships on, such as Andros. And then he can spend whatever time and turns he needs there to, you know, upgrade skill points. But let's go back down to Monolithos, because I do want to build another vessel. Those are the ones we can build. What? A trireme. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to build one more trireme, I think, here. And then wherever else for the next turns ahead, I'm going to start actually building maybe like a few galleys, actually. So I can transport 2 troops per boat to some of my smaller islands near the Persian Empire, Achaemenid Empire, or simply invade the Achaemenid Empire at some point. So I feel pretty safe with the amount of like attack navy force I have out there, like, you know, the strong boats. I think I probably have a good amount so far. I'll do one more just for safe measure, so we'll do that one, get that one kind of building. One more trireme. I don't quite feel ready for an invasion of Achaemenid Empire yet. Not quite yet, because I feel like I need to strengthen my army up a little bit more, but also I have unfinished business still with the Greeks. Like, and these guys, you know, I have to deal with them. Mysia or Messenia, the Messenians. I haven't seen them for a while, but now they decided to, you know, break away from my federation. So I have to take them over by force, I've decided. I have to deal with that. I need to get Attica back under my control. And I'm not really too concerned about the smaller, like these small Greek nations anymore, like Sparta, you know, or Achaea. They're fine. Whatever happens will happen with them. They're not really a threat to me. And I'm trying to unify them actually at some point if I can, and I'm not in a rush for it. And then there's there's Aetolia, who I'm kind of hoping to unify. I'm not quite acting as their protectorate right now, but I'm really debating it because they're at war with the Molossian kingdom. It's the Molossians that feel like unfinished business. Like, I just don't like them at the back door, and they're sort of large faction. I just don't like them here. I want to unify them, or I want to go to war with them. So I don't want to start any sort of invasion against the Persians if I'm considering a possible war with the Molossian kingdom. And that's still turns ahead if I even decide that. The Thessalian League I'm getting along with very well, and I'm actually seriously hoping to unify them at some point to get them into a confederation, and a federation after that. So I have a galley here. I'll just wait until that settler's done working. I'll ship him off somewhere else. Oh, yep. General Stratton, he's still healing inside of Athens. Healing his morale and loyalty. I really like the lands of Corinthos, Argos. They have great farmland. Like, look at all this wonderful farmland. It's almost like in Macedon. Macedon has some really nice, you know, agricultural land to farm. Same with down here, Argos. This is wonderful, you know. Yeah, a little bit wooded over here, but also equally some very nice farmland and rivers everywhere. Phenios, Manitia. I'm glad I have so many settlers, so I can keep building agriculture. Okay, you're gonna heal Blooded Soldier. Actually, Carax. Let's build some structure here. We'll go with maybe Obedience on this one. We don't want the Echolis tribes trying to sway Carax later. I don't think they have enough money to do it, to be honest, or influence, but you never know, right? You never know. Yeah, you got to heal there, buddy. Actually, it's going to be faster if I take this cavalry unit out. One thing I've actually learned recently in this game, guys, is if you garrison an injured unit, only the health really increases, not the weapons, like the grade of the weapon. He's got what, zero? Sorry, all this hovering tabs. 0.2 weaponry. Yeah, see that won't increase if I garrison. Only the health will increase and improve. What actually gets the weapons back up to finesse again is the self heals. And I've been playing this game forever, and that's one of the things I'd never really quite understood until now. I've been experimenting a little bit. So while I'm playing this game for you guys, I was playing another game on my own. It was the Gaelic Wars DLC for this Greek Wars game. I was just playing it on my own private time, just having fun. And that's where I learned, and I noticed that actually if you self heal, or I think the heal inside also works. Anything but a garrison, basically, and also the Acephalon. Acephalon will only heal your health. It won't help to increase the your weaponry again. But self heal, just your typical self heal is free. That'll slowly increase your weapons. So cool. I learned that now. So now I know. Okay, I think I'll. Is that road actually connecting to Aloris? I don't think so. There's the bridge there. I need to connect that, right? Yeah, okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's a pop 5 over here. Wow, I can build more farms near Drabescos. So, is this connected? Should I connect that? I don't think it's really necessary to connect Auron to Atalanta. I already got a nice cobble road all the way down here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just start building some more farms near Drabescos, I think. I'm actually doing pretty decent for food. But I am losing wood per turn for like a while now. I'm spending more wood than I am making it for sure. And the maintenance and upkeep of all my settlements, requires wood, I believe, right? Like I'm losing wood every single turn. Yeah, It's the consumption rate is pretty low for most of my cities because I have the upgrades that help to reduce consumption. But it still kind of takes its toll. Am I losing it? Because it's in the reds, right? It says 2 point. I have a lot of wood. Like as far as stock goes, I have 2.4 thousand wood units. It's a lot, but it's in red. So last turn traded resources 20. That's cool. No, it is. It's saying last turn surplus is 0.49. So, well, 50. So I am actually gaining wood per turn. It's in the red though. I think that must mean it's because I overspent what I made on building things in towns and stuff. That's probably why it's in red. It means I kind of overspent in comparison to what I'm taking in for the one turn. Same with the iron, I guess. Yeah, see, iron, it says my surplus is actually 18 per turn, but it's in the red. Last turn resources negative 19. Oh, that's why. So yeah, that's why it's in the red, isn't it? It's red if you spend over your surplus for the turn. Let's take another look at this one here. But then again, over here on wood, it says last turn resources was positive 42. So I'm a little bit confused. I don't necessarily know why it's in red. I'm surmising that it's probably just because I overspent for the turn. That's it. Because I'm actually not losing resources per turn on those two. So, Yeah, I don't really need anything here. I almost feel like I want to build like sewers and resistant. Why not? But it just never nothing bad ever happens in this game, it seems. Like the plague just never seems to hit me ever, and no earthquakes. So could always like do more schools. Velocity school, like should I just do more civic building right now? Is it worth it? Maybe I should. Like, I could really get the schooling going and become an influential power. Like, have a military, a nicely developing military for now, and navy. You know, I'm certainly a mover and a shaker in the world. But what if I try a little bit of a hands-off approach too, hands-off approach, and just start influencing the heck out of people? Like that could be a strategy, especially with the Greeks. You know, trying to round them up and unify them. Let's go for it. Let's just kind of concentrate on building more schools. Oh, there's a trading here. Let's get that going. Nothing there. Oh, trading. Let's get that going. Just, yeah, it's always a good thing to upgrade our civic building where we can. Okay, I'll do a philosophy school here. Definitely spending the resources on those schools. Oh, gonna complete that road. Just turn into a surfaced road. Okay, just run back up here. Create some tier 2 farms. Keep all my settlers busy at work. Prepare. Yeah, see this here? Self-heal, 1 turn. If you guys notice, down below it says attack power increase to 2.40. So his health is already maxed out at 3. But this is it. This is where it says it. Literally. Like, I just needed to pay a little bit more attention, which I did. And I learned to, self-heal, that gets your attack strength up. It's garrisons don't do it, or the Acephalon, they will not get your attack strength up. You have to self-heal, or heal inside is another one. You can do that. Oh, I made a mistake again. I forgot we're trying to take Nicaea, really just take Chalcedon, but I keep forgetting, guys. I should not have repaired this boat. I should have sailed that boat here. I forgot because it was in between segments. I should have loaded the Hoplet unit in this, just to try to see if I can take Chalcedon in like 3 turns. Probably not anyway. It's probably a lost cause. Darn. It is now, for sure. I'm too far behind. I think this is deserving of Palisade. Build a Palisade on Byzantium. Oh, and I have a warrior here too. Darn it. Ah, yeah, I should have tried to bring that boat anyway. I do have a military up here, so oh well. Wow, the turn is ready to be processed, finally. How long did that take? Whew. Agog training, eh. I'd rather spend it in civic building, to be honest. I mean, I could bolster the military and get a little bit more skills on some of them. Slave manu... how are my slaves doing? 31%. That's still fine. The margins are still good and safe. I can spend a little bit. I still got some gold, Trading. Yeah, do that. It's good for me to kind of keep building a little bit here and there with my vassals, so, keep them on my good side. Because I don't want them to, get bored and lose faith and think I'm not, out to help develop their nation. Maybe that was my mistake with the Mycenaeans, and they broke away from me. Thrift City, sure. Trading, yeah. Just randomly build whatever. Thrift City, sure. Trading. Yeah, all this will certainly kind of help out. It'll help reduce, my maintenance on resources contributing towards various settlements. And the more I can save, the better. The more things I can build later, right? So, for City Lab. Actually, the Odrysian Kingdom could use a lot of upgrading in their settlements, actually. Yeah, look at all this. It's quite a bit I could do here still, if I wanted to. Thrift cities. Okay, I think I'm about out of gold now, so yep, that'll do. Okay, process the turn. Whenever I play and resume this game with you guys, I always have a coffee beside me. Coffee after coffee. Usually just one per segment. It's the best. I love playing this game with coffee. So relaxing. This is like a pretty relaxing game. I played I played other strategy games, like especially the Total War series. It's like action packed. I have trouble sipping on coffee with those games. You really need to be click happy with those, right? Oh wow. There was a boat in the fog of war there, a Persian boat. The Mycenaeans were attacking them. Yeah, and gosh, do I like Total War too. It's not as much, not nearly as entertaining strategically as this game. This game is just wonderful when it comes to strategy. It really gets your brain just going. Total War, not so much. I find Total War is kind of basic when it comes to strategy. It's really just a hack and slash kind of game. It's all action packed, and it really comes down to the battles, like the actual real time battles in that game. And I find it entirely entertaining, by the way. Total War series is very entertaining in various ways. Gosh, do I love the Total War series, especially Warhammer. Usually I'm a history buff, and I love history. That's why I love this game, because it focuses a lot on history, and I love history. It's great. Wow, look at all these like boat battles happening here. Molossian Kingdom attacking the Aetolian mine, iron mine. Oh, and they took it. Yeah, they're making ground, aren't they? This is just an independent kingdom that they're attacking here. I think they might have taken their gold mine too. Oh yeah, they're making progress. They really are, right? The Molossians are starting to encroach on the Aetolians finally. Gee whiz, do I step in? What should I do with that? I'm still, should I step in with that? Anyway, back to Total War. Yeah, so Total War, the Warhammer series. I own Warhammer 1, I own Warhammer 2, I own Warhammer 3. 3 is kind of my favorite. 2 is very good too, but I've been playing a lot more 3 lately because it has some pretty good DLCs and stuff. But it's very fantasy. It's all fantasy, right? No real history there. But it's entertaining. Very entertaining. And I love fantasy. The Lord of the Rings stuff, orcs and goblins and dark elves and you name it. Love that stuff. Yeah, Corkery at war with Molossian Kingdom. Mm-hmm. It's kind of. I think that's strange that the Molossian Kingdom sent a caravan onto the small island. Like a caravan does not need to be there. That doesn't make any sense. Caravans are meant for running stretches of land, delivering troops. That was kind of weird that the AI would do that. Oh, they're fighting back. The Aetolians are fighting back. Can they reclaim their mine? Not quite, not quite. They did slaughter an enemy soldier, though. But they did take the mine. Sorry, guys, they did. They actually retook their mine back. It's damaged, but they did take it back. I cannot believe the veracity of the Aetolians. That they're kind of keeping the Molossian Kingdom at bay, and the Molossian Kingdom is 3 times their size. Like, that's impressive. That is impressive. I was debating to do a let's play of the Total War series, or one of them, or like one of the series here or there, maybe Rome 2, or maybe Warhammer, but those are also very, very long games. And there's also actually quite a bit of content out there. A lot of other, content makers that are that go through those games, the Total War games. But actually, there's very little content creators for this game. That's why I'm kind of focusing on it, and it's one of my, if not my most favorite strategy game ever, like ever in existence. I love this game. It's like the best. It's programmed so well, as the best I've seen anyway to date when it comes to like AI strategy. I played so many of these games over the course of many years, and this is like Greek Wars is just amazing. Um, it definitely needs some finessing here and there, like maybe with the graphics, like the animations, the graphics, the art. Um, and it could use a little work on some of the game mechanics for sure, like some things to make a little more sense. But I mean, it's a very, very good game, and the best. Again, I can't say it enough. The best AI programmed thinking strategy game of its kind. Like it's just it's a good challenge. Half the time, honestly, it feels like I'm playing against another player, like another player who's played this game at least to a novice level, if not veteran, depending on what difficulty you choose in this game. But it's so cool. Like sometimes the AI makes silly moves here. Like I see oddities here and there, but I see a lot more oddities in other games, other franchises, like especially like Total War. You see so many weird AI actions that just don't make any sense, and it's dumb. And half the time these things can be exploited by the player, and then you just feel like um, but in this game, not nearly as often. You find like the AI makes weird moves and stuff. It's not nearly as often. And sometimes when it is kind of odd, you don't know if it's just the AI being a little eccentric, because the player is eccentric too. Like even me, like sometimes I'll do kind of odd things, not necessarily because I'm making a stupid move, but I'm risking something. Like I'm gonna make an odd maneuver that may not make sense to most people, but I have a plan behind it, right? So who knows, like if the AI in this game is kind of programmed to do that sometimes too. Like sometimes I know the AI will do something silly in this game, like throw a general right into enemy lines to have that, and that general just gets slaughtered next turn, or I'll throw a hero out there. Like, what the heck are you doing? But when I look a little deeper, because I do this sometimes as a player, I do this. I sometimes if you need to save a settlement, and you as a player or the AI seriously thinks that an enemy unit is going to take a city over next turn, something like that, it may throw, and it doesn't have military around, it doesn't have anyone to really defend. As a last resort, it might throw a general right out there, like just to be as bait, just to be slaughtered, because that takes an enemy turn, right? The enemy attacks and kills the general, but the action points are spent for that turn. It cannot take the city for that turn, so hopefully you can get defense there in time, like run up a couple soldiers on that next turn to maybe defend the city, or something simple as the city being fully prepared, or maybe still waiting on a last turn to fortify a palisade wall, to kind of keep it going, right? So it's things like that, odd strategies, odd things, odd actions that you might do that seem rather dumb, but there's something behind it that is actually more strategic, like sacrifice to save the day type of thing, right? And who knows, maybe the AI in this game is doing that sometimes too. And it's been a bit of an oversight for me. Like sometimes I used to criticize the generals in this game. Like they're always like, they just seem like the AI throws them in harm's way intentionally, like for no reason, right? And you know what? To be honest, half the time it does still seem like that. And other times I'm like, I kind of question it. I'm like, maybe that's why it was done, because if the general didn't do this, that city would be attacked next turn 100%, right? Anyway, trade proposal from Mycia, my allies. Wow. Well, that's quite a robust trade. 16 gold from me, and they're going to give me quite a bit of stone. Yeah, some influence. Okay. Yeah, I'm making a lot of gold per turn. I'm making 102 gold per turn. I love my gold, though, but I am making a lot. I could probably part with it. My stone, I'm making about 50 stone per turn, which is also quite good. I am in a building mode right now, though, I think. Like, I like civic building, so maybe it'd be a good idea to trade with them, my allies. And I know why they want gold. They definitely want to build military. Gold for military. So Mycia is planning to build gold, maybe even ships. They're looking to contend with the Persian Empire. And I would totally sponsor that. 23 turns. That's what they want. I can reduce that if I want to. But you know what? I'm thinking just to give it to them, make them super happy. Just give them the 23 turns. I can foot that bill. 16 gold. I like that stone agreement. And, you know, that influence there too. 6 influence per turn. Not too bad. Let's go with it. Trade loss is only 4%. Signed. Oh, interesting. Itchel tribes. Peace. Atolia is initiating those talks, though. I respect Atolia, but I really got to get rid of the Itchlin tribes. I can't have them up in the north anymore. They're just a constant nuisance and maybe threat. So I really got to close that off. So I'm going to politely decline. Oh yeah, and they were confederated with the Dardanian kingdom, right? It would also bring peace with the Dardanians. But no, I also equally want the Dardanians gone. So I'm going to say no to this. You know what I can do here too? Propaganda campaign against Enchilid tribes. There's the prophecy too. I usually try not to do this one unless I really like I'm desperate. Moral increase for my soldiers is 30%, which is just wow. Probability of success is lower though. It's at 65%. And this is the big one. In case of failure, you risk army desertion. So like that's the thing. You get a 45% chance of army desertion. Yeah, the prophecy thing is only if you're pretty desperate, right? I would think. Propaganda is, you don't lose anything except resources, and it's a sure thing. Morale increase 10%. It's a sure thing. You spend that money, you get it. Then the strategy review, which is kind of interesting. Morale increase is 15%. A little bit more modest. Probability of success is a bit higher though, 70%. It costs resources, especially education points, but you don't risk army desertion, right? I'm going to keep my education points for now, I think, and I'm going to go with what's safe, just a moral increase at 10%. It just gives me that little bit of edge in fighting those annoying Itchlin tribes. I got to take out that nomad up there as well. So I'll do that. Propaganda campaign. Cool. And it does remind repeated actions won't do any better. So repeated promises and encouraging phrases without acts will not buy you points indefinitely. So I think it's like a one-time thing you can use. You just do it once, 10%. You can't stack it. Can't keep doing propaganda and get 20 or 30%. And I think it locks out, actually. Yeah, it does also lock out, so that makes sense. Oh, there it is. Propaganda can be used just once per 2 turns. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So per 2 turns. Does it? Can it stack? Because what I read just there, it sounded like it wouldn't stack, but maybe I'm not reading it right. Because here it sounds like it would stack. Or unless the propaganda campaign only lasts 2 turns. Ew, that's not very much. I paid like 5 gold for only 2 turns of propaganda campaign. That could be. Maybe I replenish it. I have to redo it in 2 turns. It's not quite clear to me. I have to kind of experiment with that one. And it's only against their soldiers, so I have to try to remind myself if I'm going to battle like my way up north Hoplet against the Nomad. I'm going to look at the analysis of the fight prior to fighting and see if it'll actually highlight that somewhere. My Hoplet versus the Nomad, and see if it says 10% increase based on that propaganda campaign. If it'll actually say it there, it should. It actually really should say it there. And then I'll have another look 2 turns later or 3 turns later and see if it goes away. If it goes away, then I know it actually it only lasts 2 turns and I have to kind of redo it, right? There's 3 turns left for Pontos Exodus objective, basically taking Nicaea. I do have 3 turns. I don't think I'm going to get there in time. Because I keep forgetting, I keep repairing my stupid ship when I should be bringing it over. Yeah, see these ships here? Maybe. Oh, I have 2 ships. Okay, let's see what we can do, actually. Who's in that ship? Somebody's in there. A hoplet. Okay, oh, actually, maybe. No, I don't know. I'm gonna fly over there with the ship. Oh, hello, Mr. Persian vessel. I see you. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 to unload. No, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna be short 1 turn. Darn. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it, right? The only way is if I unload the hoplet in 1 shot Chalcedon, which is not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, I'm gonna forfeit that quest. I'm not gonna be able to make it in time. So, I do see you though, sir, and I'm gonna take you out with this boat. Attack! I am totally dominating the waters right now. The Persians don't have a chance, and I love it. I'm dominating the Mediterranean, like. So I'm feeling so much safer from invasion. Like they're not invading me anytime soon. If anything, they would try to invade me through these waters right here. Like, look, I even have allied support. Like, awesome. But if anything, they would try to sneak a boat up here and like invade. But I have these guard towers up here too, which is kind of cool, right? Like I have guard towers all along the coast. And they're spying on me right here too. Like they, you know what? They would probably want to try to invade here. Actually, I have a bit of a weak point. These islands right here. They might try to, sneak out a boarded boat, and like dump soldiers here. But other than that, I'm not really concerned right now about Persian invasions. Is there like a port around here? No, I don't even have a port near here. I should probably like build one or something. Maybe I should build a port on Sestos. And bring this boat back here. Should I build a port on Sestos? Where's my nearest port? I could bring them all the way up to Sathos. I don't know about that. Or just kind of keep hubbing them near at Mytilene. I can exchange, right? Like, what's the condition of this boat? Yeah. That's a galley though, right? No, it's a trireme. Yeah, I can do some exchanging. I'll bring this guy up instead. And I'll just sail the injured boat down there. That's fine. I will not build another port near Sestos. This boat's just going to stand guard there, kind of watch that port. It's a Persian port, and they have a high population, so for sure they could, like, build boats here and sneak them out. And I'm right here, to shoot them out of the water if that happens. So General sailing him back home. Arcadian General. Okay, Settler has done his work, so let's board him. And where are we going to bring the Settler now? Let's bring him over to Andros. That's some luscious green land there. Let's have him build some farms soon. Okay, upgrade this trireme. Let's give it defense. My god, do I love this game. And it's so relaxing, too, I'm getting up there in age, guys. I won't, I like to try to keep my age discreet and hidden, even though I think I've actually kind of mentioned my age at least a few times somewhere in my channels, my game content. Maybe not this game, but, I do horror games and scary games quite a bit, too, so I probably actually gave up my age somewhere. But I'm getting up there, I don't look it. For those who have seen my face on my other content that I create, generally I show my face on all the games that I play, but for strategy games, I don't. And I might have mentioned this already before, because the my face kind of gets in the way sometimes of the UI, the user interface. For strategy games, I don't like it, so I usually keep my face out of it. But for like first person or third person games, like horror games especially, I play a lot of horror games. I will put my face and display my face and my expressions as I play. Okay, Mycia, let's just go to the port there, do some repairing. A lot of boats here. They all need repairs. Oh, actually. Not enough action points to get into Athens. Okay, that's fine. Good old Corinthos and the wonderful agricultural land. Yeah, might as well build. I gotta cut down some wood here near Argos. I'll make another farm there. Well, it's a little bit arid looking here, but I'll build a farm there too. It's okay. Yeah, I think the arid land, the greener the land, the better yield you can get. Territory production bonus, 25%. Yeah, that's cool. Territory production bonus. And I wonder why that is. I think the territory production bonus, if you guys see that there, that happens when you basically kind of own what the game map considers a province. So if you own like a swath of territory that kind of belongs together, you get like a benefit. You get like a production bonus. I read that somewhere in the game's instruction manual, but it's unclear to me the lines that are drawn as to where that province starts and ends. I don't really know. Like other games, like especially the Total War series, you know exactly what settlements belong to a province, and you establish a province, right? Same with other games like from Paradox Games. If any of you guys are familiar with that strategy franchise, Paradox Games, like Europa Universalis, it's very clear kind of what a province is, and if you own the territory, all the territory in a province, you reap those benefits. This game is unclear, not really sure, but you know when you get it, at least because when you hover over it, you will see it here. You'll see it in the hover menu. Territory production bonus here is 7%. That's less than different. Is that because I don't have the whole province because the Mycenaeans here have a divide? Oh, Tegea is having a bit of a moral issue here, right? Oh, can I influence them? 59%. What's it going to cost me? Oh, ouch, that's expensive. I so badly want to do this. It's a pop 6, but that is expensive. Just started my turn. I would only be able to get 2 of these in before I run out of influence, actually. I don't know if that's worth it. That's pretty expensive, and I don't know if I would succeed. Look, they even took one of my stone mines over, too. But I'm not going to waste that kind of money because I do have a lot of military here, so we're not enemies yet. What would I be up against here? They really don't have a military. Like they have like one Peltas unit. They have walls. I was just considering if I should upgrade any of my Peltas units here. These are essentially my sentinels. Like they're my guards. They're my homeland guards near Argos. And yeah, they're kind of outfitted with some skills already, so I think it's probably okay. I'm gonna get ready for war against the Mycenaeans. Maybe I can war them next turn. Start a campaign to take all the land back by force. I'm just gonna annex them. No more of this Federation nonsense stuff. I will not step in their territory until the war starts. Three Peltas units will probably do. I think I could probably take over all the Mycenaean territory with just 3 Peltas units. And they're scaled up pretty good. They're technically my vassal army units. I think they're Argonians. What? Wait, who was that? What did I just see? Repairing this boat, Attica, and I see a mice, a Mycia guy here. What the heck is he doing here? Is that a mine? What? That's hilarious. Somehow they dropped off a Mycian soldier and took over the mine here on this one little island. A coal mine. Oh, wait. Oh, no, they didn't take it over. The coal mine actually still belongs to Mycia. Or so the Mycenians. Mycenians. The coal mine belongs to the Mycenians, but Mycia has landed a soldier on here and fortified for some reason. That's kind of cool. This is what I'm talking about, guys. About how the AI is actually pretty smart and unique in this game. Like, almost like as if a player is playing. It is haunting. Why would a Mycene be here? It's so weird. So far away from home. Why would he fortify on this mine? Stuck on this little tiny island here. And why is there a Mycene boat right here? With a spearman inside. Isn't that weird? So far from home. He's not at war. The Mycenaeans are not at war with the Mycenians. Do you know why? Because somehow it's like the AI knows that there's pressure building between me, their overlords, and these separatists, the Mycenians. So what the Mycenaean is doing as allies is they're getting ready for a war. Literally. In the case that I declare war, which I am going to do literally the next turn, it's like the AI kind of might presume it. They're ready. Once the war breaks out, this Mycenaean soldier will immediately take this mine. Because he's right here. He's going to take the mine from the Mycenaeans. And also, a little bit of an invasion. This boat can drop off a spearman and start causing trouble. Just like that. Like, it's wonderful. How smart is this AI? Yeah, they have another fisher boat up here too. No units on it, but that's so cool. Oh, oh, that belongs to Sparta. That iron mine. Okay. Well, that's that then. Not worth it. Okay, won't build that. Oh, yeah. This blacksmith. Yeah, look at all these cool, like, 3 resources right here. Let's upgrade that to a thrifty blacksmith. Like, wow, pretty cool. I got coal here. I got coal on this island peninsula. I got stone. I took iron. I got gold here. Basically, one of each resource, right? This peninsula has one of each resource on it. It's kind of cool. It's very self-sustaining. So, say you were a faction in the game and you just owned and controlled this peninsula here. It would be self-sustaining completely because you have each resource on it. Totally self-sustaining. Okay, I think I'm actually going to build a road, surfaced road here between all these mines and blacksmith. Yeah, the settler, finally we're going to unload the settler here, have him get to work at some point. Actually, before I get down here and deal with Lato, I wanted to... Monolithos is building, right? I just want to make sure that my ports are building vessels. Mycia owns that one. Okay. Is anyone any? Do I have any high pop ports? I don't think so, really. Oh, gee. They require some work. I'll just do trading on that one. Yeah, the trading actually did help the loyalty on that island too, which is kind of cool. Okay, Lato, I'm gonna heal. Now here's the question: should I encourage my Hoblet unit? I think I want to attack this turn, or should I influence Lato instead? Chances of deserting to our side if revolt is initiated are 12%. Mm-hmm. He's already got a bit of a morale issue at 85%, right? I almost feel like it'd be better for me to encourage instead. And I think I do want to attack this turn. Or shouldn't I? Maybe I should wait a little bit more still. Yeah, I'm going to wait, guys. I'm going to wait. What I'm going to do is encourage 2 of my Hobbit units instead. And I may attack next turn, actually, or the turn after that. But I think it'd be more advantageous to wait. I'm going to strengthen up morale a little bit more and heal up 2 of my units here before attacking. I really want to do a triangular attack and really just take Lato out in one foul swoop. I think 2 Hoplite units could certainly take out Lato with walls. But having the Peltus unit here too might be kind of nice. I also have a Peltus unit here, kind of on his way. I think maybe even next turn, for sure. Next turn I could attack with a couple units at least, or a few. Take Lato over. Rhodos. Okay, zooming us all the way up here. Chaldean territory. And any more room to build farms? Oh, I can put that to Terre 2. Like, there is Tyrone. The populations are so high on some of these. Let's have another look at the birth rate. Where's Tyrone? God, look at all the settlements I have. Gee whiz. I really gotta peel my eyes just to find what I'm looking for. Tyrone, Tyrone, Tyrone. Where are you? Where are you? I'm not seeing Tyrone. There. Yeah, we already have it at, like, basically 0. I don't want it to grow anymore. I think I've already kind of went through most of these, so it's fine. Just wanted to make sure. I really don't need to pop 5 there. Like, geez, look at that. I think you get some yield from water too, which is nice. It's like half the yield you get on land, so like that's kind of cool. I can still get yield. It's fishing basically. Pretty cool, right? I'm almost considering to build a boat though, like build another Mendes. We want to keep Mendes at pop 3 at least, because then they really work that mine, the stone mine. Mines will be worked irregardless, even if your population doesn't encompass it. As long as it's connected to a city, you'll still get some production value. Sorry, but from my understanding, if it's encompassed within your population sphere of influence, it will be worked even more. Like, look at it; it's a very blue color here. It's power. It's like power production. But if it's weaker, it'll be like a light kind of turquoise blue. And I think you guys might have seen that sometimes whenever I like. Especially when I click on like blacksmith mines. Yeah, white means it's not being worked. It's not being pulled from there, or is it? I can't remember. I think it might just be weak. No, that was it. Yeah, it's not being pulled from there. So this blacksmith is pulling from, or assisting in the production of this gold mine. This blacksmith is not. If it's white, it's not having any participation in it. But if it's any abbreviation of blue color, it means that it's having some production value. And from my understanding, the darker the blue color is, the higher the production value. And the more turquoisey or light color, maybe almost like a greenish turquoise, it means it's a weaker production value. Like here's an example. See the iron mine here? It's more of a light blue. So that means the production value is a little bit lower. And do you know why? It's because of the road connection. See here with the gold mine, we have a surface road connection, so production's better because it, bringing goods back and forth is quicker. So production value increases. But over here we got a standard dirt road, so that's why it's a little bit less in production. And it also matters what is the closest city, like what city is having its hand in the production too, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool. Like, I mean, I could just keep these pops as they are. They are pulling yield from the water at least, right? So, and do I need any more boats? Not really right now, except for galleys maybe. Like, I might want to make a couple galleys. We got Thassos up here. With a port. Oh, yep, I want to upgrade that thrift blacksmith. Whoa, zipped us all the way where? Okay, down here, way down here. Now I've got two settlers up here that are basically running out of things to do. Actually, I think I should build a farm right on that river. That would be good. Let's take this guy, and I'll clear cut the forest here, and you get the best yield if you create farms on top of river tiles. Hey, no. Okay, fine. I'll just do that. Eggy, fine, build. Okay, I don't want to be taken away too much here. Snap me away too far from where I want to be. Yeah, so this settler, actually, what I'm thinking about doing is building a new settlement right in here somewhere. Because I have this vacant land, What would be a nice place to build this is right, like, here. I could totally work these river tiles, and then there's a lot of, like, forestry for tree cutting, too. Not too bad. And I'll try to navigate a little bit away from this tundra. Like, you still get yield here, too. Like, you can't build farm on scrub at all, but you will still get a little bit of a yield because of the river. Like, food yield, I mean. But I'll try not to get too close to that. I might put my city, like, right here. And it can't be too close to another one like Cyrus, so... Yeah, but to do that, I will build a road network first. I think I would put it right here. I think right here is a good place to put a settlement. It's going to take turns still before I get to that point. And I want to work the river tiles first before planning a settlement down. But I'm going to put one right there. That's another thing I love about this game, guys, is that you can basically strategically colonize or put settlements wherever you want in the game, as long as it's not within 3 spaces of another settlement. You got to be a bit of a distance there. Sometimes you will get a settlement that is right next to another one, though, but that only happens if you like take over another settlement and it happens to be near another one, or like an independent nation plants one down. Sometimes you'll get a settlement right next to another one. It's not often though, but it is allowed in the game. That happens. But normally, you have to be 3 spaces away from another settlement, or the game won't let you plant one down. But what I like about this game, though, as I was trying to say, is that you can put settlements wherever you want. Like, that's awesome. That's so cool. Because in a lot of strategy games, war strategy games and political strategy games, you can't do that. It's the settlements are preset. They're already there on the map, and you can just take them over, and that's about it. You can't destroy them even half the time. Like, you can't even destroy a settlement in a lot of other games, and you can't create wherever you want. They're just always there, and it's just about if it's taken over or not, right? Like in the Total War series, all the settlements are there. You can't destroy them. You can raise them. They still technically exist, and you can rebuild them up again. But really, you can just take them over, and you can't create new settlements in that game. Okay, so this Peltus is ready for battle again. I could kind of sneak over to the Dardanian kingdom and see what's going on. I might try to take that mine over again. They did steal it from me. The bastards. I might try to take that over next turn. I don't know if I'm ready to fight their settlements yet. I need a little more support. Attack power increase by just a little bit, only by 0.17. That's not very much. Oh well, what can you do? We will surely get there in time. Slowly healing these units. That's what I like about this game too, is that, depending on, what kind of settlements you have around and what kind of structures you have built up, as Cephalon or not, and the type of land, and also what settlements allow the recruiting and building of certain specific units matters on healing. Like, for instance, if you have a settlement, like, let's see this one here. Oh, I can't. It's occupied. If you have a settlement that says actually specializes in building, like, say, Peltis units, and you put a Peltis unit or in that city, like on the city or in the city garrisoning, from what I've seen so far, that unit will heal quicker because it's specialized garrison is there. Or it's specialized. I almost want to call it a barracks. It's not a barracks, but it's like a specialized barracks, and they will heal quicker there. But if you don't have that specialization there, say you have a warrior specialization only, and you're putting a Peltis unit in there, the Peltis unit will heal slower because the specialization isn't put in that city or near that city. So it's like little things like that are kind of cool with this game. And also that it takes a while just to heal. To bring a unit back into combat again, it actually takes time. It could take multiple turns. It could take several turns. Sometimes it could take like 10 turns just to get the strength of that unit back up to 100% to go back into battle very confidently. And I love that about this game. You really have to think twice and 3 times over before you put your units into battle, because you may not be able to use them for quite some time again. You have to heal them up, and hopefully there's a nearby town that has better healing properties, or an Cephalon, because if not, you'll be trekking that unit somewhere else, to heal them up a little bit more appropriately, right? And it could be a distance run. Pretty cool. I really like that about this game. Because I know a lot of other strategy games, it's very quick to heal units. Sometimes it can be instant heal. Like, games like Civilization or Total War, literally you can heal a unit within 3 turns. 1 turn, 2 turn, maybe 3 turns, boom, healed to 100% just like that. Not so in this game. It could easily take up to 10 turns to heal a unit up. Like, in any basic way anyway. Sure, Cephalons will get that going a little quicker. You could probably get down to 5, 4, or 3 turns if you're healing in a Cephalon, or garrison, or doing a special heal inside. You might be able to heal quicker, 2 turns even. I think at its best you can get like 2-turn heal if you do a heal inside, but heal insides are not even 100%. You pay money for it, and it gives you a really good boost in healing, and also like weapon repair. But oftentimes you still don't get to 100%. You have to do it twice, like heal for 2 turns and then another heal inside for 2 turns, pay for both, and boom, you'll get to your 100%, right? Okay, let's have a look-see here. The hoplite unit, do we have that bonus? I'm looking for it. The propaganda bonus does not seem to be listed here. That is weird. Oh, but there is. What is that? My terrain modifier on advance is 10%. No, that's a negative 10%. That's not good. Yeah, I'm not seeing the propaganda modifier here that we just purchased last turn. That's weird. So this is a game oversight for sure, because the game should definitely tell you, so you know that you have that benefit, yes or no, but it doesn't. It's like, do I have, is the propaganda campaign working? I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's just it's something that would be nice to kind of program in the game. If the propaganda campaign is in effect, it should be listed here. It should say, oh, with this fight between faction X and faction Y, there is a modifier of which should be 10%. 10% increase in morale, right? It's not listed here. So I don't know if the game is actually going to calculate it right. If I were to battle, would it leave out the propaganda campaign buffer or not? I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I don't like that so much. And it is still in effect, right? Like, let's go to the Echelon tribes. It is still in effect. See, guys, the propaganda campaign is still here. It's issued, and it's 10%. But I don't know if the calculation result will actually be proper or not. Will it be correct? Because it's not listed here in the battle multiplier and the battle calculator. Strange, kind of strange. Don't like that so much. It's one of these little things I have to bring up to the game developer. You know, and they're pretty attuned to reading the Steam game forums and the player base. All these little things I try to remember and just kind of let them know, like, hey, did you guys know that there might be a little bit of an issue here. I don't, it's not listed in the calculator. Yeah. Anyway, this general is going to encourage morale, and I'm going to attack. The top unit is going to attack the enemy warrior here. Absolute supremacy, free from prediction. Oh, I thought I might be able to kill him, but no. No. Yep. Heal you. Chop wood. Okay. The turn has summarized. So good. And for now, I'll just build some more civic stuff with whatever remainder gold I have, I think. Let's do a philosophy school here for the Macedonians. Yep, do another philosophy school. Nothing there, okay. Oh! Oh, wow. I just realized I don't have a blacksmith here. This is kind of a critical area to put a blacksmith. Right? How did I not see that? 3 mines do not have a blacksmith. Oh my gosh. Coal is doing very well. Now, placement matters. I gotta encompass that coal mine for now, too. I think, yeah, I might put it right here. 1, 2, 3. It's 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 3. It's a little bit... I always would try to get a blacksmith, like, within 3 spaces of a mine in its town. You know what? I might just do 2 blacksmiths. And 1 individual one for the coal mine down here. Because even that would be worth it. Could double up on the coal, right? 1 coal mine for its own blacksmith, but I could double up on that, make my money back, make my coal back. So that's still kind of okay. And I can give the stone mine and the gold mine up here its own blacksmith and get the best production value you can kind of get by keeping it nice and close to the towns. Right on the mountaintop here, or the hilltop. I should probably put it right here. I think it would be a very good place to put it. I'm just gonna have to build a road there later. Yeah, that's fine. I gotta get a settler over here and just build a road from Blazor to that stone mine, just to kind of connect that to get, more peak production efficiency. And then we'll go ahead and also do the blacksmith right here by Edessa. I'll build it right in the mountaintop, or the hilltop here. It's already connected with roads. Cool. Good old Pella. What's going on in Pella? Don't really need to build anything in there. No. Agay. Oh, philosophy school. I'll build that there. That's fine. Pydnia. Yep, philosophy school. 35 gold left, guys. 35 gold left. Don't need to build anything there. Nope. Nope, not interested. Ah, here. Trading. Go for that. Germania. Not necessary. Yeah, we can do a philosophy school, Chaldean territory. Federated Chaldean territory. I always like to clarify that, because it's mine. More or less. Therma? No, don't need anything there. Thrift City, sure. Philosophy School, yep, we'll do that. Tyrone, we were just here earlier. We don't need anything there. Acanthos. No. Stagira. Philosophy School. Yep, good, good. Yeah, we'll do a philosophy school here in Amphipolis. Oh man, this is going to be different. We'll really get the education points going, and I could become an influential power too. I can't wait. Maybe that's the way I'm going to do it. Like, there's no way around it. There's going to have to be an all-out physical war against the Achaemenid Empire at some point, right? But it doesn't have to be for the Greeks. You know, if I get a lot of influence coming in, say like 20 turns from now, and I have an infrastructure, schools, and academic facilities, I could like just start influencing the heck out of, say, the Molossian Kingdom. Like literally, I could just like click on their settlements and just start influencing them. Especially if I bring like a couple generals up here who can assist in influencing settlements. I have to change my relation with them though. I think. I can't remember if, I think I can influence. You just can't be allied. If you're confederated or you're allied to a faction, I don't think you're allowed to influence, because it's kind of like almost like an act of war almost. Not quite, but it's like, it's one of those things you just don't do to your allies. But if you're on neutral terms of any sort with a faction, or especially at war with them, you can influence their settlements just by clicking on it, going to the influence button, and spending what is needed. I can't remember though. I wish I could experiment with it right now because well, I just don't have gold, so I can't pay for it anyway. That's why I don't have gold. But next turn, it's worth coming up here, and I'll see. I'm pretty sure I can influence Molossian Kingdom because they're neutral with me, right? So I can influence them. But like, say the Mycenaeans over here, I wouldn't be able to do to them, right? Yeah, there it is, guys. Confederated units cannot be influenced. Oh, they're confederated, not just allied. I'm not too sure about alliances. I think for some reason you can still influence the lands of an ally. It's just if they're confederate or federate, you can't. So yeah, pretty cool, and I love that part about the game. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the old Civ games. Before Civ 5 came out and 6 and now 7. Civ like 3 and 2, or sorry, 2, 3, and 4. You could influence tiles. Like, I thought that was so cool. In that game, you can flip tiles and cities and stuff. This game reminds me of that. It's a nice feature. So, like war, you don't have to have a physical war to take over enemy or take over lands from other factions. You can do it subtly, through just influence. As long as if you have a strong academy, like a strong school of thought to your faction, you could like literally speak to other factions and just start taking over their lands. Heck, you can even take over soldiers in some cases, right? Pretty cool. Like, it's like passively taking over another country without actually literally going to war with them. I love that feature in the game. Not to digress too much away from the gameplay here, but I was in a multiplayer game, a multiplayer game with this game. This is like a good year and a half ago, I think, though. And this is one player who was like, had the smallest nation, like not a very big nation, and was in a particular geography where it was kind of threatening, right? Like he could probably easily be taken over. So having him developing a military even wouldn't even matter, to be honest, because all the pressure around him, they could still easily take him out. his military would not be enough to save his nation. So long that another party went to war with him. So like he could manage to go to war with one person or like one of his neighbors and maybe defend himself. But just as soon as one of the other neighbors came in and declared war, there's like no chance he would survive. And this was like early to mid game, if I recollect. And yeah, he was like I think he was in Attica, where there's like Greek nations all over the place. So he had like 5 different neighbors around him, right? And from what I remember, is that he tried to just keep the peace with as many neighbors as he could. And he did not really sport like an army at all. Like he had like 1 or 2 units, and that was it. And it was strategic because his neighbors looking at him would be like, "Oh, well, this guy's not a threat. He's not a military threat." And he tried to keep the trade diplomacy up with these other players, like good trade, like yep, good deals, I'll give you 15% better on your deal, and 20% better. He tried to keep the relations going friendly. I think he even had an alliance with the 2 of them. And his military was like nothing though. But no one cared to really fight him, because they had pressures of their own on the outskirts, other threats. So they're like, oh, this guy's passive, he's not, doesn't even really seem to want to expand. Military was anyway. But then what he was doing is that he was really building up his school of thought, his education systems, and he was getting that influence coming in. Like no military really, but all this influence coming in, and he had like just enough kind of trade to keep kind of going around and keep everybody happy, his neighbors. But as the influence, and then he picked only one neighbor around him. The other, and he really focused on this one neighbor to influence them. And all the other neighbors, he really tried hard to keep diplomacy good with them, right? Keep the peace. But this one neighbor, he would screw around with this one neighbor, and I was watching it. And he would like offer good trade deals to this one particular neighbor, like better than all the other neighbors. He would be like, oh yeah, and he would like mess around with their minds. He would like gift them freebies, like gift them like so much gold and stone every year, so often. Oh yeah, he would stretch it out. Now remember, he would stretch it out. He'd be like gifting over 10 turns. So like 1 gold per turn for 10 turns. And like the other player would be like, how do you say no to that? Like, oh yeah, that's cool. Free. Okay. Kind of keep the peace free. But then what he would do is he would influence the tiles of that player, like right at the border in the towns. He would encroach, and he'd keep influence the tiles, and it was kind of annoying the other player, and the other player was broadcasting this like publicly to all the other factions too. Like, what the hell, man? This guy keeps like influencing my tiles, but he gives me sick deals. It was such a head spinner for him. He didn't know what to do with it. He's just like, oh, it's kind of annoying. Like, man, stop taking bits of my land over. But hey, he's getting gold per turn. It was so cool. And in the end, though, that player ended up going to war against the manipulator, the influencer, right? And he didn't win though, because at that point the smaller, rather unarmed nation had like a couple allies or a few allies that kind of stepped in to defend, which is great. But in that process, I swear that one player took 1/3 of that person's land just through influence alone. It was hilarious. Anyway, back to the game. Let me just check the time here. I'm thinking if I should close off on this segment. I'm thinking I should. Yeah, I think we're at about an hour and a half. I'm trying to keep my segments to somewhere between 1.5 hour to 2 hours. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, and then when we return, I'll process this turn. Okay, see you guys. Catch you on the flip side.